While some have just been allowed to return home, others are spending the long weekend cleaning up. Michael Wooten is live in Kingwood this morning with a look from that area. Michael, good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's really hard to describe what it looks like in this particular Kingwood neighborhood, and this is replicated in so many areas. Homes, front yards, just filled full of debris. You can see here a lot of furniture, mattresses, walls. And that is the case house after house after house here. Here's a look at the neighbor's yard, more furniture, more of the walls. The cleanup effort here is so enormous, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. But there is some good news, particularly in Kingwood. They've worked out a deal with San Antonio. They're bringing 45 solid waste disposal trucks from San Antonio. They're on the ground here now in Kingwood. And starting at 7 o'clock this morning, they're going to be beginning the process in this community of doing the big cleanup. This morning, we have a look at what you need to know if you're beginning that process of getting rid of all this debris. FEMA says make sure you keep your garbage 10 feet from your house and take the time to separate it into these 6 categories. It'll save a lot of trouble down the line. First, there's your regular garbage. That means things like food, packaging, and paper. It should go in normal containers. Next, pile up building materials and furniture. That includes drywall, carpeting, and mattresses. In a different section, set aside hazardous household waste, including batteries, paint, and cleaning supplies. Big appliances also need their own area. Group things together like refrigerators and washers and dryers. As usual, you'll want to keep yard waste separate. And finally, those electronics. Things like computers need their own pile too. CenterPoint Energy crews may be headed to your neighborhood, and so they're going to need access to gas meters, so avoid covering those up. In addition to those gas meters, also don't put this stuff in front of things like fire hydrants or trees or mailboxes. It's just going to make it more difficult as the crews begin to come into these communities to remove all of this debris. Again, there's so much of it, just huge piles everywhere here. A bit of more good news, though. FEMA, because of that federal disaster declaration, is going to cover 90% of the debris costs. But in the city of Houston alone, this is going to be a multi-million-dollar project. If you live outside the city of Houston, you're going to want to check with your local municipality to see the specific rules as far as the debris cleanup goes. Standing for Houston this morning, I'm Michael Wooten live in Kingwood. Back to you guys.
All right, Michael, thank you. A pile in front of every home there. Wow, in that neighborhood. A warning from Bel Air Police this morning about scavengers. People are out there stealing stuff from people's front yards. Officers say the backyard is best for stuff that's drying out, and if it has to go out in the front yard, try to keep it close to the house. Many communities in southeast Texas remain underwater, and that's why the Texas Army National Guard is busy flying and dropping critical supplies. Marcelino Benito was on board for one of those missions yesterday.
With the Chinooks and all the other aircraft around, we're able to provide them with all those services that they need. A lot of devastation throughout the area. From what I saw, the eastern part of Houston, the Beaumont area, Liberty, places like that were hit pretty hard. We started going into a resupply mission, started bringing in a lot of water, pallets of MREs and other essentials like for babies.
This food and water getting here by helicopter has been a great asset for us.
They take it to a location where they start boating that product to the end user. Boating, yes. To the people that need them, that's how they're staying alive. Yeah. They have no food, no water. It's just devastating, like it is everywhere else.
It's very important because there's people here that's lost everything, and there's shelters that are needing food and water, and everybody's doing what they can. People that don't even have things to give, they're giving. We're grateful.
On them, even though they are high and dry. Some neighbors in Briar Grove Park near Buffalo Bayou say it's happening to them. Mayor Turner says if this has happened to you, call CenterPoint and know that you can stay in your home while this is all getting sorted out.
Well, Houstonians know that summertime means high humidity, and there's a look at what's causing such a headache for some people in flooded homes.
Meet Steve. He's visiting Houston, and he sweats a lot. But really, only when it's humid. And if there's anything Houston's known for, it's humidity. Well, what is humidity? It's the measure of moisture in the air. When there's low humidity, the air is drier, so Steve doesn't sweat as much. But when there's higher humidity, Steve sweats through his clothes. Because as his body perspires, there's too much moisture in the air for it to evaporate. The same thing happens in your home. Take wood, for example. When there's higher humidity, water-soaked wood can't dry out quickly. With less humidity, the drier air leads to quicker drying time. So whether it's water-soaked wood or sweat-stained Steve, lower humidity will help Houston dry out.
All right, well, we welcome the lower humidity. That's the case. Cheetah, if that's what we have in our forecast, we're looking forward to it.